So we're still here at the Smart City India Expo at Pragati Maidan in New Delhi, and we're actually sitting at a bus stop at the Ericsson booth. And I have with me Rajeev, who's going to tell us exactly why this bus stop is so special. So Rajeev, why is this bus stop so special?
So this bus stop is very special. There are a few things around that you can do on this. We have environmental sensors on top which can tell you the air quality. You have Wi-Fi so that people sitting can get fast mobile data experience. You have cameras to ensure public safety around the area. And then you have these open spaces where you can actually put a small cell from a telecom operator to give a real 4G experience on the bus stop.
Okay, so we were also talking about information being sent between the local transport and the bus stop to know the number of people that are here for the vacancy. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yes, so what happens is that when you put connectivity around the bus stop by means of 4G or by means of Wi-Fi, you can actually send the data from the bus stop to the data center and back. So you can actually see when the bus is going to come, how many people are waiting for which track of the bus. So you can put all those use cases around it to make it really smart.
Okay. Has this been implemented in any city, or are you still at a prototype stage?
So multiple cities this has been implemented. This has been implemented in Barcelona. This has been implemented at few more cities. So I would not remember the remaining cities, but Barcelona, yes, this has been implemented.
Also, any plans for such a rollout for India, because India is very chaotic when it comes to public transport. So any future there?
Yes, absolutely. We are talking to many cities in India as of now, both as part of the first 20 cities and future cities, to show them the benefits of these kind of solutions and to engage with them further.
All right. So the bus stop is not the only thing that's so special about the Ericsson booth out here. We have a light lamppost out here that also doubles up as a cell tower, right? Is that what it is? So can you elaborate a little more on this?
Yes. So this is the Ericsson's smart lighting solution. So as you can see, it's a very sleek solution. This gels very well with the city's aesthetics. The solution has all the telecom components inside it. So today when you go around the city, you see the Christmas trees, the antennas hanging out and everything. So all antennas, everything is inside this lamppost. There's not a single jumper or cable which is outside. The product is patented with Ericsson and developed along with partnership with Philips. So Philips brings the LED part of it to bring the energy efficiency. Then we can also put a camera, camouflage camera to do public safety around it. We can put Wi-Fi within this pole to give a fast broadband experience to the users around it. So 3G, 4G, Wi-Fi and surveillance all built into this one sleek pole.
So today when you see a network tower on top of a building or somewhere, it looks like this really, really big structure.
Yes,
How have you managed to compress all that into something that looks as simple as this?
Yes, so the solution has a lot of interesting components around it. There's a chamber in which you can put the telecom base stations, and there's a huge amount of R&D technology which goes on the heat dissipation. Because when you put so much of electronics in, you need to dissipate the heat. Otherwise, the electronics will go faulty. So that's a patented technology in which the airflow is regulated. So no air conditioning is required, and the heat is dissipated in a very intelligent manner. And then equipment has a longer life in this. So, but this gives you mobile broadband experience on streets rather than putting them on top of the roof.
So again, any implementation scenario where this is already functional that you have around the world?
Yes, this is functional in Middle East. This is functional in US. In India, we have deployed it in Mumbai, in Hiranandani complex. This is deployed. We have a factory in India, so we manufacture it in India and export it globally. Yes. And there are few variants around it. So as you go, we will show you a few more variants around it.
So considering it's a made in India product, if we can call it, so also when it comes to the cost of something like this versus a traditional tower, how much, can you talk about some of the cost benefits you've seen with something like this?
See, I will not be able to speak about the costs of it, but I can tell you about the benefits of this solution. Because this, when deployed on the street, can give a much better mobile broadband experience to the users rather than something deployed on top of the roof. This can give public safety to the cities because with the camera you can actually see the area around it. This can actually do energy efficiency because when you convert the sodium lamps to LEDs, it leads to energy efficiency. So it can reduce the carbon footprint of the city. Those are the benefits that the solution can bring.
So apart from Mumbai, are you looking at any other cities in Delhi where this will be implemented anytime soon?
Yes, we are talking to different cities and we are in advanced stages of discussions with different cities to see how we can deploy these solutions in India.
So if anyone from Hirananda is actually watching this from Bombay, you can actually let us know how it works. We'd love to hear some feedback. So yeah, moving on, what else do you have for us on demo here?
Ericsson has a complete portfolio around public safety solutions. We have done these deployments in multiple places worldwide. in case of emergency response, where you dial one number and the nearest emergency service, fire, police, health, they rush to you to help. We are doing that with 9 countries worldwide. In Brazil, we have done this surveillance deployment where the crime rate came down by 40%. This is the demo that you are seeing it here. The customer testimonials where the city. This is the network operations center for the city, where they can real-time monitor what is going on in the city. We deploy these solutions and we manage it over a long period of time.
So so the infrastructure of course involves having cameras, local surveillance, transportation,
Yes.
Linking up with government services like the ambulance, fire departments and
Yes.
stuff. The infrastructure available in a lot of developed countries is more sustainable than something that's coming up in India. So any plans, any work towards bringing about the same in India? Because when you call an ambulance today, it comes later than a pizza apparently is what the common
Very
statement.
valid. That's why the demo that we have, like I said, we've done it in 9 countries. But the demo which you are showing you is from Brazil. It's a similarly developing country. It's on a similar stage of similar challenges like India, and hence this is being shown. The objective you rightly pointed out is to reduce the response time of police and ambulance primarily to reach the person. So if you can reduce it by 20 minutes, you can save about 30% of the lives. So that is the whole objective of deploying these solutions.
So are you in talks with the Indian government to have these implemented as of now? Any
Yes.
timelines that we can see them implemented in any cities in India?
So Government of India has a very strong plan around safe cities in which the surveillance solutions are getting deployed. We are working again with the cities in initial stages of discussions with different cities on how these solutions can actually benefit citizens.
Okay, so moving on from safety, what else do we have here?
Then we have smart metering. So here we connect all the last mile meters to the data center. So obvious benefit is that you don't have to go and read it manually. But the other benefits are around expecting what is the load that you expect from a city. You know, you don't buy electricity more than what is required. What is the kind of power quality? How much outages are happening, and how can you minimize it? What is the subscriber data? Can you analyze that subscriber data and generate more information about that subscriber, leading towards the home automation? So these are the solutions that we deploy. Globally, 45 million smart meters are on platforms which are either developed or managed by Ericsson. And this is a portfolio that we see strongly developing into India with the smart grid deployments as part of smart cities. We have already doing a project with the Assam government now, where we are in Guwahati. We are going to connect 15,000 meters and make them smart.
So essentially all the load shedding problems that we face during the summer will be better managed, so we'll know how much electricity is being
Absolutely. So you can supply as much as you are expecting the load to come.
During usually when the electricity leaves a grid and by the time it reaches the final consumer, there are places where there is a loss that happens. So is there any implementation of technology where that can be reduced so that the energy is more efficiently provided to the end consumer?
Absolutely. So when you can measure the consumption at different points in a grid, you can see where the losses are happening. It's a very simple use case to implement to reduce the AT&C losses by implementation of smart metering solution. But it's also very important to supply the electricity where it is required. You know, just to give you an example, in Delhi, Nehru Place may require very huge amount of electricity till 6 p.m. and after that the demand will drop suddenly, right? But you have to buy at the peak load for 24 hours. So a lot of wastage of electricity can be saved with smart grid implementations.
Okay, so is there anything else that you have out here that you think we haven't spoken of?
A few things. So if you look at our overall vision of smart cities, so basically starts from connectivity, where you do the fiber deployment and the 3G, 4G deployment in the city, to the smart street lighting solution and the smart bus stops, leading over to public safety and surveillance, leading over to smart meters and smart grids, and then intelligent traffic systems. So these are the 3 areas: traffic, utility, public safety, and connectivity, in which we work with cities.
So since you're talking about the basic connectivity of fibers and all, there are still a lot of areas in Delhi, having lived in a multiple number of areas myself, getting basic good 2 Mbps connection also gets difficult. So are you also looking into that really basic problem of having at least a decent internet connection in some of the remoter areas of Delhi?
Yes, and you must have also seen that the roads are dig up every time for fiber deployment, right? So the discussions that we are having with different cities is to do one deployment, which city does, and city owns that fiber deployment, which can then be leased to telecom operators and to utilities and to different service providers. And then, one, the city is not dug up repeatedly. Second, there is easy access of providing that connectivity. and that huge capex required for digging and deploying the fiber is not repeatedly used by the service providers. So yes, I mean, if that kind of vision is implemented, for sure, the broadband connectivity will improve, the ICT scenarios will improve, the M2M scenarios will improve, all of that will happen.
Now, the intelligent traffic system is another thing that caught my attention, because commuting to work is in peak traffic hours in Delhi is also a problem. So can you elaborate a little bit of how the system will probably help traffic situations, the flow of traffic in cities?
So the system, when you connect different parts of the city, you know where the traffic is at what time and how to regulate it better. Can you do some workarounds? Can you divert the traffic so that it eases at certain points? That is one part of intelligent traffic management. The second are solutions around red light violations. So, you know, people are violating the red lights and they are not being penalized. That is another big problem. Those are the kind of solutions which it can solve. The third is how does the traffic behave in an emergency solution? Like you said, you know, ambulance may still come on time, but by the time ambulance reaches the hospital, it might be so much of the time that the patient is not there anymore, right? So if the traffic system is so intelligent that if an ambulance is coming, it's green all along, and so that the patient reaches the hospital in a faster manner. This is what these solutions can do. And then smart parking. So today you don't know when you are going to a market whether you'll get parking or not. You know, what if when you start from a home on your smartphone, you can see that I can get parking exactly here at this rate, and then I'm closer to this market in so much of time. Those are the kind of solutions that we implement globally.
All right, actually looking forward to some of this happening, at least in Delhi sometime in the future. So there you have it. The prospects look really, really good for a smart city of the future with what Ericsson has shown us today. You can always log on to digit.in and stay tuned to our YouTube channel for more videos from the Smart City Expo here from the Pragati Maidan, New Delhi. We'll catch you in another video.